We are set for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in the heart of Texas at sold-out NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, it's the AFC. We are set for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in the heart of Texas at sold-out NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Ready, blue 32. Let's go. Go set. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Needle blue.
Crunch time, defense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On second down, here's Pierce. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
You ain't got nothing. Mike 9, Mike 9. Bang L, bang L, bang L.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start the drive with Cook, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. I got one. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Running on first down, Eckler. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Big Lion.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Check.
Up the middle, it's Cook. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Hey, check Mike 6.
18 Rattler.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Check. Fresno. Check 9.
Cougar 19. Kill. 7 Pirates.
On fourth down, Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going to mic the 48 right now. Let's go. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Herbert on third down now. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I'm here all day. Check 48's the mic. Check
79 Bronco.
Herbert now. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Green Jack. Let's put him on the
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Let's go now. 60 red. 60 red. Blaster. 6.
all day, every day, any day.
Mike 9. Mike 9.
1, 2, 3.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle with Eckler.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready?
Mike, 48. Check, 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 check. Check 37. Check 37.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Second and 9 now. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Smash, red.
Strip that ball.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the Results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Here we go, Shaq. 70 Timberwolf.
Right now, let's go.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Check 3.
19 Tiger. 19.
A give to Cook out of the gun, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He's got Allen, and he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Viking 18.
Danny. Check 48's the mic.
To throw again on second down. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going to mic the 48 right now. Let's go.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 60 Bison.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Back. Watch twist.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Sponge. 70 out. Check 50.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Come on. Set. 19 Tiger.
You better bring it.
Hey, 4-1.
19 Lion.
We ain't giving up nothing to
From the 50, here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
It's a gain of 10. First down on the charge.
On first down, it's Herbert. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Eckler now between the tackles, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Okay, ready?
41 Mike. Watch the screen.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Screen. Safe, safe, safe.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Flush to his right. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Afraid of me? You better be afraid of me. Mike 41, Mike 41. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Bronco 80.
Take 4, take 4.
They snap it to Herbert. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal. You must be dreaming. Mike 9. Mike 9. Exit. Exit.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Single.
Claws red.
23. Watch 23. Watch.
That cut.
He'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
Rail, yellow. Set, go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Here we go. 45. White. Striker. 3-3.
Nine the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Ready.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Once more, here's Eckler. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
On the ball. Hut.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Ready up.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 52 blue.
Tackles.
Cheetah. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And this is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The offense on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be third and forever. They'll set up a throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
22.
Focus, defense, focus. Nice the Mike.
Black Ultra.
Check the outs. Mike 9.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got to
Seal. Black.
We got to seal. Hey, tank. Mike 9. Oh, dang, punt.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Watch the backer. Mike 9.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Drill green.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Ready, break.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Ready.
Back to the ground with Pierce. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Slice blue.
Here I come again.
Ready, go.
He'll drop to throw. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here we go. Red 38.
You go night-night. Time to go night-night.
Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6.
Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Heavy.
Needle blue.
What you got, heavy?
Hut, hut.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
The Charger drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33.
Mike 48. Mike 48.
Panther Street. Panther Street.
Check 99. Go.
Here's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
48's Mike. 48's Mike.
Check Bobcat. Check Bobcat.
Check.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Cook will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game, and there was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Come on, set.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Okay, ready?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Our time. Hey, check Mike.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
They are not ready for us.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Flushed out right. This is swung out to Eckler. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They can't hang with us. Switch.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll run with Cook. 76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
2nd down and goal. Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Mike 41.
Let's go. Hatchet. Hatchet.
70 Lion.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Hopkins with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Ready. Yellow, 22.
You don't want none of this. Give me it. Pick up the ball. Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6. Now watch run.
Ready, go.
They'll look to throw here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.